Okay, how fun. So we are live and we have a time mix up because I'm in England and I've been, oh my goodness, just in another world doing a conference, going to stone circles, talking with the fairies, having an incredible time, meeting so many beautiful people in my field of bliss. And the Portal to Ascension conference has just ended. And this Friday, Chris and I have private time at the Chalice Well, where we're going to be doing a beautiful hand fasting. Uh, and some beautiful people are coming, and we've been gifted some beautiful silk cords blessed by the Dalai Lama. And my incredible client Sky is here, and she's going to be doing the ceremony for us. So all kinds of magic is happening, and I look like I haven't slept in about 1,000 years, but it's just also beautiful. So I'm really excited to be able to come to you live. And yes, you probably are missing this because we had the times upside down. So in the meantime, what we're doing today is this is actually the eclipse. And it's also the new moon. And as you know from my other shows and from everything we've been talking about for a while, eclipses come in pairs, they're portals, they're huge, huge changes in your life. You may sense it already. You may have been feeling this for a month now. You may not feel it yet. You may not feel it for a month. You may feel it continuing for a month. It really shows up differently for everyone. All right. So if you're feeling ill or grumpy, if you're finding challenges in different aspects of your life, there is a lot of change going on. So who you are being, what you are thinking, what you have manifested in the last few weeks, few days, few months, few years is coming to fruition now. The thing about eclipses is that they are huge portals, and eclipse means cut off, right? So when we're cut off from something, we are cut off from something that we're used to, and it might be a good thing. You might be cut off from your ego, or cut off from your fear, or cut off from beliefs that have been blocking you. And that gives you a reprieve, but it feels weird because you're used to having those particular feelings, that poor girl in your head. Or maybe you feel cut off from your peace or your certainty or your knowingness. Give all of these a chance to be a gift, be an opportunity, because what's happening for you is that you have a chance now to be cut off from something that is going to give you a new perspective, a breather, a room. Okay, so give yourself that opportunity. The other thing about eclipses is that since this is the second one, several weeks ago we had the first one, then we had the equinox, then we had this one. So it's like the equinox, which is a balance point, beautiful balance point, an opening where you can really see and feel a lot. That's why I always do retreats on those dates, because there's a sense of balance there where you're not quite as affected by the extremes of your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, or the things happening around you in the world. What we're doing now is we're on the eclipse. So those were like a sandwich. We're on the other side of that sandwich. We are exiting this portal. And you now have, what is it? It's just the beginning of October. So you have about a month and a half, a little bit more before the solstice. And the solstice is an incredible opportunity, the winter solstice, where we really begin. We go into the darkest day of the year, the shortest day of the year, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, the longest day of the year. It is one of those extremes versus the equinox, and it is one of those beautiful portal points that are celebrated by many, many people and by all of our ancestors who were really attuned to nature, to the cosmos. And they understand that this was more than just superstition or watching the sun or wanting to know when your crops would grow. That's our really basic understanding. They understood that these energies opened cosmic doors, created time portals, activated stones, roots, waters, the air, in different ways. And people build pyramids in stone circles. And I'm here in England, and I've been to Stonehenge, and I've been to Ballasnap, and I've been to Rollright, and I've been to Avebury, and I've been to West Kennet Longborough. And these are all megalithic and Neolithic, very, very old structures that were built by brilliant and incredible people throughout time. And they understood the earth energies. They understood the earth currents and the ley lines and all of those incredible energies. They also understood the moon, the sun, the eclipses. They understood that when the moon is at an extreme point in its flow, it has different energies. And the solar solstice and the equinoxes, it has different energies. And that activates the stones differently, and the minerals within the stone, the magnesium, or the different content of the stone. So these were brilliantly designed to be like acupuncture needles in the earth for the earth energies, as well as this type of stone that they chose. So if you've ever studied these, you know that this one was brought from really far away and this one was brought from close by. Why? They weren't thinking what was easy. They were like, what exact stone energy? This one has some ruby in it. This one has some quartz crystal in it. We were at Avebury and we were touching and kissing these stones, and they have different sacred feminine energies, or they're in the shape of sacred masculine or sacred feminine, or one was a chair that was a shaman's chair that had a hole in the stone above it. And these stones are made from mostly quartz crystal. And we know that quartz crystal is programmable. It's not just woo-woo people, okay? They're using it in computers. They're using it in science. We couldn't function in the world right now without quartz crystals. So to poo-poo the past and to poo-poo these people and to poo-poo Atlantis and to poo-poo the technology they have is really ignorant. And we need to wake up and start to become global citizens as well as galactic citizens. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm confused now. Share screen. Okay. Haven't done this for a little while. There we go. And what we have happening in this eclipse is it's a new moon. So let's just address our beautiful moon. Our moon is reflective of our emotions. It carries a lot of sacred feminine energy. It reflects, right? It's the silver goddess ray. It's the silver energy of the divine feminine. And it absorbs, it receives from the sun, the gold ray, and then it absorbs it and it takes it in. It fully nourishes itself so that it can reflect. And this is an important thing for you to do if you are keeping yourself in a shallow receiving mode, like I'm giving and never taking for myself, never taking care of myself. Stop it. You're not doing anybody any good, and I don't care who wants you to do it. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting the world, you're hurting the people that you love, even if they don't understand when you say, no, I can't keep doing that anymore. I have to take care of myself, or I have to have more time for myself, or I have to have more sleep, or I'm no longer doing that job, or I'm not doing all the dishes. You have to help out in the house. I don't care what you have to change, and I don't care who gets upset by it, and you need to not care either. If you don't take care of yourself, you cannot give, you cannot rise to your true purpose in this place, and you're never going to fulfill your promise to your soul. Okay, so this is the landing. What I mean by that is we're going through this portal and you're going to start to land soon. And it's like you're coming through a cosmic bridge that you've been through. And a lot of people are feeling a lot of intense energies right now. And you're leaving behind something. We're completing something very, very big. This has been a dragon year. I'm here in the land of the dragons. It's been quite profound. So I want to make sure you understand that I'm going to be doing some more shows this week. And we have changed the Wishes Fulfilled workshop. The new dates are November 2nd and 3rd. And there's still a big sale. And this is really, really incredibly, insanely affordable compared to most of my classes, because I feel like this is one of the most important things that I have ever shared with you in a way to share. Now, as you may have listened to some of my shows recently, some of my clients have stepped up. They have said, I want to come to that Avalon Retreat. They said, I'm going to manifest it no matter what. And they are going into a space where their wishes have become fulfilled, despite all kinds of reasons why they couldn't come, all kinds of physicality reasons. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. This won't work. My partner's against it. Believe me, just all of the excuses are lined up. So your excuses, sorry, They don't mean shit. They don't mean shit because they're not true. And if you're the one that's saying, oh, I can't come because of that, and I can't do this thing in my life because of this, you're giving up your power, and you're handing over your authority to all kinds of reasons outside of you. There is a way for it to happen, whether it's coming to mind thing or something else. This isn't a sales thing. This is a stop living your life in a limited perspective, please, and come to this workshop because it's online and recorded, and you have no reason why you can't come. Okay. Now, the Prosperity Manifesting Challenge is going to be coming up this week. So 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th at 8 a.m. Central. I think we're finally getting the time right. You will be, if you're on my list at nanakasha.com, please get on that. And subscribe here. Of course, if you subscribe and you get notifications on my YouTube channel, then you will get notifications when we go live, like now. And of course, if you don't come live, you come right back to the same link. You do not have to wait for our email that says, here's the replay, because as soon as I hang up on this call, that replay will be here on YouTube for you. We also have a list below of spiritual weather reports, which is this, of all the ones I've done. So if you want to check in anything we've done prior to this, or for the eclipse or the equinox or anything else, if you want to check all of the beautiful magical things that I've been channeling from this beautiful land of Avalon, where I am now, we have had a few people have to drop out of the retreat. So if you're a last minute person and you said, yes, I am diving into this Avalon retreat, I highly recommend you do reach out and contact me right away. So I'm going to quickly go over here and see if I can share that with you, just in case you are one of the magical people who's listening, right, to your inner guidance. So that is at nanakasha.com/Avalon. And we have two aspects. We are going from October 13th. We're going from October 7th to 13th, and then 13th to 17th. Pretty much everybody is coming to the whole thing. If you feel called to come to one or the other, you're more than welcome. Like I said, we've had a few people had some issues come up. So life happens. However, if you come, you are going to be bathed in magic. I have been here in this land now for several weeks. I've been going to these sacred sites. I've been sharing the pictures and my emails. So tune into the stones, tune into the messages you may be getting. I've really been blessed to be on this retreat with Portal to Ascension, where last Friday I spoke. Last Wednesday, I led the opening ceremony on the top of the tour, which is the Isle of Avalon. And right here. And at the top here is Michael Tower. And I was blessed to channel and lead the opening ceremony there. And on Monday, I was part of a dragons workshop, and I channeled the dark dragons that freed us from the dungeons, the things we've locked away in our sacral. And yesterday we went to Avebury and West Kent Longbarrow, and I've been a part of many different sound healings during this. Very blessed to be a part of some drumming that some beautiful local people have done and asked me to do rattles. I brought in my chimes and my Mayan flute. So I'm just, I feel like I look like I'm 3,000 years old, but I have been immersed in this magic. So I know that this eclipse for me has been truly powerful. I've also completed my oracle deck, and I've sold 20 of them here, the first ones. And so I have a few left for the people coming on my retreat if they want to buy them. And then we will be publishing them very soon. And I've had the most amazing feedback on those. So magic is everywhere. Lots of information is here on this website. Like I said, please reach out to me in any way that you would like to ask questions, to jump in at the last minute, to come do rebirthing in the sacred wells. The White Spring, both of these places, we stayed at the Chalice Well for a few nights. Wow. I've gotten in up to my thighs. You can jump in completely into some of these. It's pretty cold and rainy here on and off. However, we have so much magic, so much purification, rebirthing. We're drinking the waters. We're structuring the waters. We're blessing the waters. We're taking them to the stones. We're getting activated from the crystals in the stones. We're going to be making these wands, going through, sourcing them from the apple orchard. So I can't even describe the amount of magic that's going to be in those as we come through. Maria is a dear friend of mine. I've been spending some time with her now, is going to be guiding us. And of course, Kubi May. And we have, who knows what may show up when you show up. We're going to be here at the Abbey. This is a picture of the high street, magical stores galore. So we have, like I said, that as an option for you to jump in and play with me. And last year, in the last 2 years, I've had people join my retreats in the last week, in the last 2 days. There's always a way to do it if you're willing. So I would love for, if there's something you're going to let go of in this eclipse and walk through this portal, I would love it to be your limitations. I would love it. It doesn't matter to me if you come. I would love you to come because you're going to be part of the magic and bring your beautiful gifts here. And however, I know there's many things that you would love to have, love to do in your life. And you've been programmed to think you can't have it, to think that, oh, I can't because of my job, and I can't because of my partner, and I can't because of money, and I can't because of my children or my dog or the weather or the, this or that or the other thing. Stop it. Please stop it. Please stop living in massive amounts of limitation, because that is what you are manifesting. Okay. And I really don't think this is what you want to manifest. Is it? No, it isn't. Okay. All right. So hopefully we've got all of those things correct, but you know where to find out. Now let's dive into this energy of the eclipse portal. So we've touched on this a little bit, and the energies are very intense. Now I'm here in the land of the dragons, and it's been such an honor to be called on to channel the dragons. During my presentation, I shared a lot, and then I did a healing for the entire room, a couple hundred people, and we called on the waters of the land, and they came up and they created a sphere around us, and they were spinning, and they were doing a vortex. And these are sacred waters. The white springs is the masculine energy. The red springs is the feminine energy. I've been in both of them. I've been on the tour, under the tour, in the tour, in the land. I'm bringing forward the goddess energies and the lady of the lake and all of these, as well as Merlin or the Merlins and the dragons. Now, what are the dragons? Well, this has been a very interesting discussion, because when people come here, I also brought a lot of Mayan jewelry to sell with the Mayan energies, and I brought some dragons and some dragon pendants, and people are coming up to me telling me about the magic they're having and experiencing with them. And the dragon energy, which is this year, and I think it's going to continue. I think people's fascination with the dragon energy is going to continue, because it is something that we need to pull out of myth. We need to pull out of denying their reality and their existence, because they've never gone away, and to pull out of them being mean and evil and horrible and all these things. They represent the elements. They are elemental. They are earth. We have been dragons in some aspects of that. There are dragons in the gardens, like nature spirits. There are dragons in all kinds of places that are guardian dragons and angelic dragons, okay? So the dragon energy is really about understanding, honoring, and protecting your value, and allowing these strong energies to come in and to walk with you, to fly with you, to let you breathe your spirit, that fire, to let you live in the earth body and fully embody the honor of being in a body, to let you allow the waters of the truth, of your emotions, of the flow of Gaia, the waters in the land and the waters in your own body, to rise up and to come forward and to be an elemental power within your life. Maybe it clears your mind from all this nonsense that you can't do this and you can't do that and you don't have this and you have to do this first. Please stop it. Oh my goodness. So now we are going into this eclipse portal. Now I want to give you the energies. You don't have to know astrology. If you know what these mean, great, but I'm going to give you a little bit deeper. So this is a Pisces lunar eclipse, conjunct Neptune, and a major lunar standstill. The big energies after going through the first eclipse and equinox is now an eclipse portal, closing this cycle and causing, I feel like something's wrong here. Let me just take a look here really quick. I feel like we are, okay, this is incorrect. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. I don't know if we accessed some old files, but give me 1 second to fix this. This is I think this is our first one. So this is actually, okay, where am I here? Here we go. All right, so this is a Libra. I'm glad I was like, this is wrong. This is a Libra solar eclipse at 10 degrees Libra. Okay, good. I think we did get our old ones, didn't we? And of course, Libra is about balance. And we do have our major lunar standstill coming soon. All right, let's see if we have anything else here. This is a south node eclipse. So you know your south node is about your past, and the nodes are about your purpose, your destiny. The north node is where you're going. The south node is where you've come from. It doesn't mean if something's happening in your south node that it's about the past or that it's past you and you don't want to deal with it. Time is fluid. You can go in both directions. South node eclipse. You are being offered a gift, but your hands are full. Okay, I'm going to just do that. Now, yeah, this is the energy from before, isn't it? I'm so glad that we caught that. I don't want to send you down the wrong direction here. And, okay, good. That's our main info, isn't it? There we go. Perfect. Now we've got ourselves on the right thing here. So we're causing balance and gifts. We have had this incredible hurricane. So I sent out an email talking about that, really wanting, I thought that was weird that we were talking about that. Okay, good. I think we've got this correct now. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good. All right, blessings, everybody. Let's go back and get ourselves aligned with the correct information. Good. Okay. Have a little sip. Boy, I really needed that sip of water. Hi, Lucille. Oh my gosh, how wonderful. How wonderful. I just came over to check on, to mute myself really quick. So, okay, now we're getting back into our correct frequencies here. So we are in a Libra solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Libra. And Libra is the scales, right? It's about balance. I have a Libra moon. And what's interesting about Libra is it isn't just walking around in balance. It's how you see things. You like things to be balanced, or you want to be balanced, or you might be out of balance. So you want to look at all of those aspects as you go through an eclipse portal, because it could be that, like, wow, I feel really out of balance and I desire balance, or I'm really attached to or addicted to one aspect of the imbalance of those two energies. Now, we do have a major lunar standstill coming up. It's 18.61 years or something. And Maria Wheatley, who's going to be on our retreat, is such a dear friend of mine. I'm so excited. I got to introduce her as a speaker on Sunday. We spent a couple weeks ago, we spent some time together and went to Bella Snap, which is a long barrow and ancient or Neolithic healing structure that we toned in. We brought back the long-skulled queen, an image of her, put her in there, called her spirit back to her divine place. And we're doing healing around her murder. Many of the long-skulled people who lived in the UK that most people didn't even realize lived here, you know, the longer-skulled people, were shamans, they were queens, they were priestesses, they were priests, and they were killed. And then they were thrown into these places that were built as healing chambers and then buried, you know, like put up. And then we came along later on in time and opened it up and found bones and said, oh, this is a tomb. The stupid things like they assume like pyramids are tombs. They're not tombs. Okay, nothing sacred, nothing built over these intense energies like a pyramid, a temple, or church. a stone circle, a long barrel is ever, ever, ever a tomb. Okay, that is not what it was originally for, but these have been repurposed throughout time. And it was such an honor to be with her because she has this wisdom and she's been talking to the stones and she's a lifelong dowser and she's been living in this land. And she was explaining that the major lunar eclipse was 18 point something years ago. She was one of the first people to discover this. And what that means is that the moon has a cycle, right? It goes out, it reaches the peak of where it goes, and then it comes back. You know, like Mercury retrograde, it looks like it's going backwards, but it's not. It reaches a point, and then it starts to keep going over its cycle, right? If you had a cycle, you reach the edge of that cycle, and you start to turn around. So the major lunar standstill is when it reaches the end of a particular part of its cycle, and then it comes back. And we're going to be experiencing this over the next 6 months or so. So very profoundly in November and December. And at my retreat in Avebury, we're going to be going to one of the stones that is aligned with that, very close to the full moon in a few weeks. So that major lunar standstill is affecting us, okay? Because the moon is at a point where it is out, okay, in its cycle. Okay, it's way out to one side. So that idea of balance is then our emotions may not feel balanced because the moon reflects our emotions, or receiving, or we want to receive, or we feel like we haven't received, or we feel like we've been denied receiving. And there may be a craving inside of you. So really pay attention, because all of these things bring up energies on both sides, right? So that major lunar standstill may be powering an emotional sensation that you are out of balance, or that you're reaching the extreme of some aspect of your emotions. Could be your wishes, could be your desires, could be your emotions, could be your emotions are coming into balance, but then you have a little peek into the way you used to experience things, and you can visualize the outcome that you want to help you go and land during this eclipse portal in a beautiful place where you landing in, where do you want to land? You want to, the same way I teach people, oh, you want to come to the retreat? You need to start to see the end result. You see yourself on the plane home. You see yourself sitting here with me, holding my hand. You see yourself already done. You don't stand where you are and go, oh, I want that thing over there. How do I get there? That's not yours. You do not know how to do that. The universe knows how to do that. Magic knows how to do that. Earth knows how to do that. The fairies know how to do that. You leave that to them. You say, this is what I want. And you go in your mind. So start to feel the end result you want. Oh, after this eclipse, I want to feel balanced in my emotions. I'm ready to have that lunar eclipse bring in that beautiful, that solar eclipse. I've still done this, haven't I? Oh my goodness, I left the lunar there. I'm confusing all of us. Isn't that funny? We're talking about balance. Okay. And so we're going to take that solar energy and we're going to say, okay, solar is our solar plexus. It's our sun. It's our great central sun. It's our solar plexus is a key to our power. And this is where you're going to hold your power, is in your belly. It's where your emotions are too. Okay. So that major lunar standstill is reflecting the sun, which also represents your self-identity, your ego self, as well as your spiritual self. All right. So now we're causing that balance. And it's interesting. We've had this epic hurricane, blessings to everybody experiencing something being taken from you by the universe. You don't have to think about what am I letting go of in order to receive gifts. Here's the most important thing, that no matter what is you're willingly giving up, or what's being taken from you by circumstances around you, that you realize it's a gift and an opportunity, and you open your hands to receive, because that is what this is about, opening your hands to receive. Okay. Now, the South Node eclipse is about the fact that the past, your purpose and everything you've done in the past is ready to come into balance. You're ready to take the gifts from it and to move forward. So the solar South Node eclipse at 10 degrees let go of something so that you can take hold of something new and better. If the universe takes something from you, let it happen because something better is coming. And that's a little quote, or I'm not sure if it's exact, from my friend Donna Stellhorn. She's a master astrologer. I highly recommend you go look her up. She's wonderful. So big energy, you're being given something, but you need to let go of something in order to receive it. So if you're holding on to too many things, you're hoarding stuff, whether it's energetic, mental, emotional, whether it's clutter in your house, how can you receive? How can you receive? And you don't need to know what it is. You need to say, I know that the universe is on my side. Divine intelligence is guiding my mind, my thought, my breath. I'm moving towards something better than anything I could imagine. It is coming to me now. And you put yourself in that place. Oh my goodness, I'm receiving this. Oh my gosh, this feels so wonderful. Oh, there's so much balance in my life. Oh, my emotions are balanced. I'm balanced between my emotions, the moon, and myself, the sun. Okay. So now the universe might take it and it may feel like, why did my trees crash? Why did my garage get ruined? Why am I without water? If you're talking about the hurricane or one of the other many things that is happening on the planet, depending where you are. Here we're having some cold weather. We're having some rainy weather. We're having different things happen. We had, even in this little town that I'm in Glastonbury, there was no water the other day. Well, that was interesting. So we have to stop thinking everything is bad. We have to stop thinking it's all being, oh, this is terrible. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, I can't believe it. Complain, complain, complain. I want you to stop because it affects me. I want you to stop because it affects the world. I want you to stop because it affects your creation of what you're doing and where you're going. And you're tying yourself to the past. So a south node eclipse is pretty interesting. What is the past of your path of destiny that you no longer need or that you do need to bring with you? Okay. Now, however you look at it, what are you feeling, and be willing to let go and receive. Now, I want to share this because I think this is interesting. Next week, a week from today, my retreat begins. And this is from Donna Stellhorn. On October 8th, Venus is in Scorpio, trine Mars in Cancer. That means wishes are being granted on that day. What an incredible day to start a retreat. Well, you know that I look at the energies for the start of my classes, for the start of my retreats, always, even to the time, so that I know that we are imprinting, just like a natal chart, we're imprinting that experience and it will go with us. So the whole retreat is going to be about wishes being granted. People are accommodating and fun to be with. There's a willingness to compromise, and you can get the response you were hoping for. There's also another energy a little later in that day of Mercury in Libra, trine Jupiter in Gemini. If that means something to you. If not, great. You can accomplish what you set out to with minimal effort, and you have the knowledge and belief that you can succeed and you can connect with the helpful people now. So I want to gift that to you so that you can put that down for next week as well. That energy is, of course, true for everyone on the beautiful beginning of my retreat and the 8th. So those are the energies for this eclipse. And I want to just tune in now to see if there's any other energies coming forward. Oh my gosh, when I see myself, I'm like, oh, look at this. It's so wonderful. I love myself. I really don't have any attachment to ego or what anybody thinks anymore. It's so wonderful to be free that way. I'm like, yeah, I'm tired. I've been working really, really hard. I finished my oracle deck before I left, and my beautiful Yucatan home. And then the books didn't get printed, so I brought the oracle cards with me, and we were looking at how to get them printed over here. And then I land in England, and I'm up till 3 a.m, getting 3 hours of sleep because all of those energies started speaking to me even more. So I downloaded so many wonderful energies. And some of the feedback I got from the people who've gotten the oracle decks here are like, I have worked with oracle decks for so long. I have tons of them. I do the tarot, and I have never had such an activation. I started picking them up and just looking at them, and I was vibrating. They were perfect. I picked 3. I had a lady who's never worked with them in her life. She didn't even know what to do with them. I gave her a little bit of a hint. She went home. She came back the next morning and she said, oh my gosh, this was the most incredible thing. I met 2 women, a mother and daughter, on the bus yesterday, going to our tour of Avebury, and we were chatting. They're incredible. They're starting a clothing line of inside out wear where there's writing of beautiful affirmations on the clothes, but it's facing inward. And then if you look in the mirror, you can see it's wonderful. I just fell in love with them. And they had bought some of my Mayan pendants, and we got talking. They were like, oh my gosh, we want an oracle deck. I said, oh, I have one with me. And then I ran into them last night and they said, oh my gosh, your oracle deck was incredible. My mom picked this card. I picked that card. So it's so much fun to work with these energies, to be the channel through which they've been speaking, and to be a part of this awakening on the planet. So let's just take a moment to tune into this divine eclipse, this new moon. We all know that the new moon is a time of planting seeds, and we all know that the new moon is the darkness, right? It is the womb. It's going into the womb. So let's go ahead and rub our bellies, planting the seeds of my divine new life. I'm ready and willing to release all that is ready to go. Does not have to be taken from me by the universe. I willingly let go mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, whatever is no longer serving me. And I honor the path I have come. I honor my south node, and I honor that which has got me here, and that which I have not honored, that which I need to let go of, and that which is optimal for me to see the value in, to pan for that gold, to bring forward those gems into this next reality. I ask for my landing to be beautiful and harmonious and full of joy and love. I ask to love and honor my body. I ask to listen with truth and beauty and love, to not run and grasp and crave, to not talk with negativity about myself or anyone else, to bring beautiful, harmonious energies, to dissolve the walls to love in my heart, to see the love and the source and the God and the void of all that is in myself and all others, and to know that wherever I land is the perfect place for me to land, and to trust that everything is for my highest good. Everything is leading me, because I now listen to my spirit and I listen to my soul, and I land in this eclipse regardless. I have my heart, my mind, and my arms wide open to receive these new gifts. I put down anything because I know that I embody what it is that is optimal for me. I have become what it is. I don't have to carry anything. I don't have to hoard anything. I don't have to crave anything, wish I had anything, or achieve anything. It is all here. It is within me. It is now. It is in this beautiful, sovereign, powerful present moment. So just feel yourself standing in the womb of the Sacred Mother. And there's a beautiful dark dragon. You can barely see the shape of this dragon, and the beautiful blue eyes, this sapphire blue looking at you. And she reaches out to you and draws out a silver drop, a silver seed from deep within you. And she said, this is a seed of your soul that you have carried through lives. This is the seed from your south node, from your past purpose. Hold it in your heart, plant it in this new moon, and know that as this eclipse completes this portal passing, and you land softly into the land of Avalon, into the land of your purpose, into sacred waters, land, all is within this silver seed. Nurture it, love it, honor it, bless it, accept that it has everything you need. Plant it deep within your soul and your sacral, and I will be here to guard it, because it is the treasures of your soul, and it will sprout soon, and it will show you the path. Trust and be still. Be still in this moment. Value yourself. See your love. See your gold. See your silver and gold shining. Know that we are one. We are one. We are one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we give great thanks to the sacred space. And then as we open this circle, it is never broken. And we walk this path together, sisters and brothers of the divine light, sisters and brothers of this divine world. And we call on the Fae and the dragons and the stones, and to Merlin and to the Lady of the Lake, and to beautiful Morgan Le Fay and the Lady Avalona. And I call on the sacred springs, and to all the beautiful magical energies that have come into my life that fill me, I now gift to you. Let they shine and enlighten your cells, Open your heart and your mind. May you receive the gifts that are here. And see that as you land, like a landing strip, there are beautiful guardians lining as far as you can see, and they're all holding a gift for you. They're all holding a gift out to you. Will you let go of the past? Will you be willing to see it and sense it and receive it? Because as you walk this path, you will be prospered greatly. Your wishes are already fulfilled. Will you believe it? Will you honor it? This is the time. This is the time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. I will see you in a few days. Let me take a peek. So again, the Wishes Fulfilled workshop is still on sale. Epic cheapness, okay? It's been moved to November 2nd and 3rd. And we're doing the Prosperity Manifesting Magic Challenge live and free right here for you. Please share with everybody you can. And October 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th at 8 a.m. Central Live. If you are on nanakasha.com, of course, or my Facebook, I think that also my Instagram, you will know all about that. Thank you so much for being here with me, for being you, and being here at this blessed time. Namaste.